Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad you're here this morning. Got a big show lined up, a couple of special guests here in the studio. But first, let's take a look at our weather brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning. Drew Pollard, a hard-working crew, taking care of our comfort needs. And going to be a comfortable day finally. How about a high of 78 and a low of 63? It's a lot better than the past week, a week and a half we've had this cold weather. I'm really looking forward to this weekend. Some great outdoor weather coming up. So go ahead and make your plans to get outdoors this weekend. Looking at the water temperature, and I just chuckle almost every time I give it, because this morning it's 66. Yesterday was 67. And last week it was up to 71. It's been the craziest weather we've ever had since I've been doing the show this time in the springtime. But it's at 66 this morning. So the Spanish is, I think, to cool down a little bit. Maybe it's going to heat back up. And we've got some folks here, couple guys here that know how to catch Spanish, so we'll talk about that later on too. But let's move on with our river readings. Take a look at that. Apalachicola, Bluntstown. This reading of 13.8 this morning, and a sharp drop to it. I mean, they've closed all of those gates up there at the dam, and you can see how it's dropping out really fast. Look at the Choctawhatchee at Carabelle, a good steady drop. It's at a 5.9 this morning and dropping on out for the weekend. Our water temperature, like I say, is steady. It's something you really want to keep an eye on this next week or so. Make sure you check it out. The tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. Neap tides today, not much movement, and we have a little bit of movement coming in on Saturday, and our wind will be coming out of the south at about 11, still in double digits because it's still March. Let's take a break. We'll come back with our special guest. Okay, welcome back, folks, and welcome our guests this morning, Captain Mitch Coleman and Captain Kevin Lanier, coming in from Mexico Beach.
Thanks. Good morning. Yeah, hi.
We're glad to have y'all back. I always enjoy having them on the show. We've been talking fishing the whole time since they walked in the door. And so we're going to keep talking about fishing because these guys know how to fish, and they fish hard every year. But really instrumental in putting together the Mexico Beach Artificial Reef Association, the big kingfish tournament. So we're going to talk about that some. We're going to talk about fishing some.
Sounds
okay,
good.
so
we're pretty good at that.
We sure are, buddy. So let's get started on it.
Well, we're really excited about our tournament this year. You know, last year we changed our format to where we have recreational and open divisions. The recreational division being boats under 26 feet, the open division being boats 26 feet or over, or if you have a guide or a captain or something on board, regardless of the size boat. Well, it really made out for a true recreational event. You know, sometimes people are a little put off by fishing tournaments. They're intimidated. They don't want to get out there and get shown up. Last year, with the rec division being like it was set up, our winning recreational angler was in a 20-foot center console fishing the first tournament they'd ever fished in, had the boat for 6 months, and it was a lady angler.
How about that?
You couldn't have wrote it up any better.
You couldn't have made a script.
No. So it was a great turnout last year. We had 130 boats. I think this year we'll probably be close to 150.
Wow, what a big tournament.
It's a big tournament. And it's, of course, a fundraiser. So, you know, all the money we raise goes straight to building artificial reefs.
It's a win-win for everybody.
Oh, exactly. I mean, when you look at all the money that we raise going right back into the resource and, to build the habitat, you can't beat that.
Yeah. And I marvel every time I head that way. I very often go that way. And the progress that Mexico Beach has had since the storm had hit. Oh, yeah. It's just amazing to see how it's built back and how things pretty down there.
Well, you know, for us that live there, it seems like it's going really slowly.
I know it does.
You know, but on the other side of it, you know, again, I had some friends that were down and they hadn't been there for 2 years, and they saw after 2 years, and they were like, gosh, it's made a big difference. And it really has. You know, you step back and look at what all had to be done.
Mitch, I tell that story of you and your wife. I've told that story so many times to so many people about putting a number on your
writing the number on your arm.
And that side of a house blowing in the side of your house. I've told that story in detail. Yeah. People from out of town and all, they just look at you. It's hard for them to believe it.
They look at you know somebody that stupid. That wasn't my smartest move, but I can tell you it won't happen again.
It was
You
incredible.
learned from it.
I learned from that one. Won't do that again.
Out of all the hurricane stories I told, that was one of the top 3.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, the canal is in good shape, and the
Yeah.
boat ramp is in great shape, and
Well, one thing to remember going this year, there'll be a different entrance to the boat ramp because they're building apartments right there next to the boat ramp area. So right now there's a temporary entrance that's down 98, more the middle of the Mexico
I'm
Beach.
glad you mentioned that because most people don't know they are.
It's right off. It's off 36th Street. Which
Okay.
36th Street is almost right across the street from where the pier was, and all that parking lot for the pier.
Yeah.
So it's right across the street from there. It's easy to find.
If you're familiar where the old back gate is at the near the boat ramp, that's where you come in now.
Okay, I'm going out this weekend. I'm gonna swing by
Yeah,
there.
you'll have to go in.
and check it out. Maybe take a couple pictures and all.
Yeah.
That'd be good. So you've already got everything's in order. You got sponsors all lined up. And
Kevin's been fishing. I've been selling ads and raising money for prizes. But yeah, Winston, this year we have $18,000 in cash prizes this year.
Okay.
We've had prizes in the past with cash and prizes. This year we've got 18,000 cash prizes.
Okay.
And there's, I think, what do you count? 14 different ways to win.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of ways to win. We're going to have some optional categories that, if red snapper's still open, we'll do like we did last year. Heaviest red snapper, we have a 50-50 optional. I think this year we're going to add an optional for a target weight fish, or king, which will, kind of help the recreational angler have another target. And then this year, or last year, we started what we call the pelagic purse, which is Nate Odom's idea at the Mexico Beach Marina. And this is only for the open division boats, but you can catch king, wahoo, mahi, and this year we're adding blackfin tuna.
Oh, cool.
You can weigh up to 2 of those fish. That aggregate weight, the heaviest aggregate weight, wins the purse. And that's $2,500 that's sponsored by Yamaha Marine.
That's interesting.
Oh yeah, and it's Kevin can tell you about that. That's doable.
Basically we took, they used to have an offshore tournament at the end of July, and they basically joined the Embark tournament and added their prize into what we already had. So
How cool is that?
Yeah.
We're going to take a break and come back with some really great pictures. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back, Captain Mitch Coleman, Captain Kevin Lanier from MBAR, Mexico Beach Artificial Reef Association, talking about a big tournament, which is going to be July 28th.
July 28th is a captain's party at the Mexico Beach Public Ramp. July 29th is the fishing tournament and the weigh-in, also at the public ramp.
And that captain party, you usually have some pretty good stuff there, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Good food.
Good food.
We have the Salt Lick Sausage Company up in, I guess, is it Bainbridge? Anyway, South Georgia.
Bainbridge, yeah.
The Krause family, they have been donating. I mean, it's over $1,000 worth of sausage they donate every year to us, and we make the most of that.
The late Scott Krause and his family, I swing by there every time I head through South Georgia, across between Bainbridge and Albany, that area, and they've been part of the fishing scene for
forever.
Yeah.
And Todd Krause sponsors our youth division.
Yeah.
Last year and again this year.
I'm looking forward to seeing them. And that's good. We have some pictures here that Mitch sent me last night, so let's check these out. And Mitch is going to give us a little play-by-play on the picture, so check it out.
Well, you can say it's a family affair. I mean, this is our captain's party and our weigh-in to both. It was a family affair. We had about 800 people at the captain's party. And then you can see this was the weigh-in day, and everybody's there.
Look what I caught. All right.
Now this was this young man. That was the second place kingfish in the youth division, and that fish was also big enough that it ended up being the 4th place fish in the recreational division, overall rec division. So he won 4th place rec and I think 2nd place youth.
We really want to encourage all of you to just take some young people out there to fish. That's going to be.
Well, the interesting thing is you can actually win in more than one category, especially when you have kids on the boat.
Yeah. Well, and that was a nice mahi actually. The mahi ended up being we had a big fish bonus and we all thought it was going to be either big wahoo or big king. Big mahi.
Nope.
Won the big fish bonus.
Mahi won it.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't expect that. Now, this is my favorite picture of last year. This is Johnny Oglesby, who's from Atlanta area. Johnny's in the blue shirt. And then this is his friend Ray. Ray is a retired Army Ranger. He was a Vietnam veteran, and he's in his early 80s. And they fish together a lot. Johnny and Ray fish a lot together in Atlanta area. And they decided to come down here and enter the tournament. First time they'd ever entered the tournament.
Oh.
They got out there, and Ray caught a Spanish mackerel that morning that held up all day. I mean, he weighed in early because Ray had a little problem with the heat. So they came in early, and their fish held up to win $1,500. It's a pretty good Spanish mackerel.
Well, that's a great story. We're talking about, on the show, you watched it the other day, we're talking about taking some older folks out there.
And that's really, I mean, that, again, when I saw that show you did the other day, that's the first thing I thought of was Ray and Johnny.
Well, and that's a classic case of doing that. So I appreciate y'all doing it. Okay, what about this one here?
Again, this is just part of our youth division. This young man won the I think his was 4th place king mackerel in the overall rec division. So we had a lady win first, a youth win 2nd and 4th.
How about that?
And so that I mean, when we say recreational tournament, that's a recreational.
That's recreational.
Tournament. And this is sitting beside the Mexico Beach Marina. This is what our pyramid structures look like. Now, most of the ones that are planted out there in the Gulf are a little taller than this, and they have some additional structure on top. What are those, 22 feet tall?
Yeah, I think so.
When they put the extra structure there.
Wow.
But stop by the marina when you're in town and look at that. It's really, this is where your money goes.
And we've been out on the deployment of some of these, and it's really fascinating watching all of this. It really is.
There's a number of people that have started doing those as memorials.
Yes. And y'all were leaders in it, really. Want to get it
The
started.
Memorial Reef program is an excellent program, and you don't have to wait until someone passes. You can go ahead and have it set up.
Yeah.
And when it can just be your fishing reef, and then one day it'll be your memorial reef.
Right.
So go ahead and
Great idea.
you'll be thinking about it.
That's a great idea. Okay. We've got another one here.
Well, this was. That's just one of the big kings caught, and then this is the blackfin that is on the far left there.
Okay.
Well, just to let you know, this year blackfin will be eligible as part of the pelagic prize.
Oh, yeah.
We added that this year.
We're going to talk about that. That's fascinating. Okay.
And then we have a ladies division. First time we'd ever had ladies division, sponsored by Kevin and KC Sport Fishing. These were 2 of our ladies that fished in that division. It was a one winner take all there, but that was one of our lady teams that fished it.
All right.
And that's Tennessee Chuck McGibbons. Tennessee Chuck is a living legend. We gave him a lifetime membership last year. He has donated over $50,000 to the Reef Association to build artificial reefs. In fact, you were with us the day we put the reef out.
We made a show on
the McKibben. Yeah, we did a show on that. It was a really good show. But he's an amazing man, and he has really helped our Reef Association a lot.
Yeah, it was special last year when you did that, and a lot of folks came to see that.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, that was really.
And that tells you, there are tournaments all over the country all the time and all, but this tournament here, they to me do a little bit of special things like that, where we're doing things like that to make sure people like that are recognized, and then have all the kids tournament and women and all of it. It's really good what y'all are doing. So when y'all did this, I deep down inside, I just had a good feeling.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's good. That's good karma there.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
that was the lady that won our first prize king. That's her king mackerel. He was a little over 27 pounds. That's her husband in the red, white, and blue swim trunks, and then they own the boat with the partners, and that's their partner in the boat. And he's been a fishing client of mine for 10 years, and they decided to buy their own boat, and did pretty well.
And we talk about that. What a good idea. A lot of times people can't afford one boat. You go in with a partner, and that's an excellent idea. And
Well, boat ownership's not cheap.
we know that.
No.
Okay. All right. That's the Mexico Beach tournament picture. We have some more to show you next segment, but again, the registration is how much now?
Pre-registration is $250. That's if you can pre-register online. I think we're going to have it on probably May 1st. You'll be able to pre-register. So pre-registration $250. If you wait till the day of the tournament, it's $300. And then we'll have a couple optional entries, you know, in addition to that. So, you know, again, it's a really great way to spend some money in a weekend.
It is.
We have raffle tickets you can buy. I mean, you can come to the tournament, and even if you're not planning to fish the tournament, you can come to the captain's party. You can buy T-shirts, which I'm going to show you one here in a minute. You can enter for raffles. I mean, there's a lot of things. We have a $1,000 gift card to Blue Water Outriggers that is a raffle ticket, and those are very popular.
And I buy some raffle tickets every year.
Oh yeah.
Well, the prizes are very nice. I mean, it's not like just you know, little things.
Yeah, we have some pretty nice door prizes there on Friday night.
Good food.
Good food, good door prizes. We'll have a Baby Gray played last year, and they're going to play again this year. They're a really good band.
So anyway, if you're like me, you got to go and put it on your calendar. Right now, go put it on your calendar, July the 29th, that day, and go and circle it and put MBARA on it, and so you don't play anything else around it.
It's the last weekend in July.
Last weekend in July every year. Let's take our final break. We'll be right back with some cool pictures. Okay, welcome back. Here with Captain Kevin Lanier, Captain Mitch Coleman, talking about fishing. How about that? Oh, you're surprised. Let's take a look at our fishing game times today from Blue Water Outriggers. We're talking about 109 to 309 this morning, this after lunch at 1:33 to 3:33. Mitch, let's take a look at his shirt.
Yeah, our new shirts are in stores. This is the Sport Gray, and this year, if you'll notice on the back of the shirt, you know, we always had the logos, all the company logos on there. And we're almost a victim of our own success. We have had so much support from our business partners in the community this year that we had too many logos to fit on the back of the shirt. So that's a good problem to have. And our shirts are on sale now. You can buy them at Mexico Beach Marina. They're at the Piggly Wiggly, at the Cape Trading Post. And you can buy online at mbara.org. We have an online store.
Right.
And Lee Russell has taken over our online sales, and she's done an amazing job.
Oh, cool.
She really is doing a good job. There's a lot of different items on there now. You can buy straight off, and they'll ship it to you. Her husband Daniel and her son Caleb are big fans of yours. They watch your show every day.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, they're excited about it.
Right. Is that great? That's my favorite color.
Me too. I mean,
that's my favorite.
That is it's a good-looking shirt. They're $25, and again, the profits go to building reefs. It's everything. Nobody has any. We don't make any money.
It reminds me of working and fishing shirt.
We are all volunteers. Everybody that's associated with MBAR is a volunteer, and you know the money goes right where it's supposed to be.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's talk about fishing. What's going on?
Fishing's been good.
People, you've got a big. Let's check out this picture here. This is KC Sport Fishing. Tell us, where's the name KC?
Well, I'm Kevin.
Okay.
My wife's Cindy. My daughters are Casey and Chelsea, so it's KC all the way through everything. It's definitely named after the family, for sure.
Okay, and here's the front end of it. This is a special boat.
Yeah, it's a 32-foot World Cat, twin Yamaha 300 horsepower. She gets a mile and, probably 1.25 on the fuel, so she does the most stable fishing platform out there.
You were just telling me you took a trip out to Venice, Louisiana. I had a great trip.
Oh yeah, we took the World Cat to Venice. We fished out there for 5 days. We got 9 wahoo. Smallest wahoo weighed 42 pounds.
Wow.
Largest one was 70. We got a bunch of blackfin tuna. We were targeting yellowfins. It just wasn't our weekend to do yellowfins, but the wahoo fishing was phenomenal.
Oh, that's awesome. Tell the folks the distance and how much gas you use. That's what I thought was interesting. Port St. Joe to Venice.
We ran from Venice to Port St. Joe. It was 242 gallons of fuel, and it took about 8.5 hours to get there.
Okay, how many miles is it out there?
208.
So that's
a haul.
It's a good haul, so about a mile a gallon.
We did a lot of math. Let's put it through this way to make sure we had fuel.
That's funny. That's funny. Okay. The Spanish. What's going on with the Spanish? Are you doing okay on them?
We caught our first Spanish February 25th.
Okay.
I mean, I had a group of. I don't run mini charters anymore, but I have a family from Maine. This was their second trip to Florida. Their first trip to Florida was to Disney. And when they called to talk about coming to Mexico Beach, I said, you're going to the totally opposite end of the spectrum from Disney World. Well, they were there for 3 days, and then I took them out on their third day they were there. We had a 4-hour trip On the way back in, they wanted to know realtors' names because they want to buy in Mexico Beach.
Is that not phenomenal? Everybody's doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they were both nurses.
Yeah.
Both husband and wife nurses. They said, we can work down here in the winter and then go to Maine in the summer.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, Mexico Beach is addictive.
True. Spanish fishing's been pretty good, though.
Okay.
I mean, they've been consistent. It always starts out, the fish are a little bit smaller, and as the time goes by, they get a little bit bigger. We troll for them using the Spanish trees, the mackerel trees, and your favorite spoon on the back. My favorite spoon's a coho killer from Silver Horde out in Washington.
Oh, he's got they make the best. They really give good flicker and color. They look like a glass minnow.
Oh yeah,
a lot more than the Clark spoon.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, he gave me some of those. Silver Horde's one of your sponsors. Man, he gave me a few of those. Yes, they're very good on the tail end of a Spanish tree.
Okay.
And we've been trolling about 15 to 18 feet of water.
Okay.
Now, when we caught that first Spanish, February 25th, the water was 74. And as you said earlier, it's cooled off considerably.
Yeah.
So I've got a charter tomorrow morning, and we'll see. If they're still going to be out there. I hope the water's coming up a little bit.
Yeah, it's a little early for kings. Pompano, anything? You hear anything on the surface?
A few on, even and some sheep's head too.
Okay.
So it's that time of year to where you got pretty good mixed bag if you get out there.
When the water was warm last week, we actually Sean at the marina had a report of sheephead caught in the canal.
Oh, that's great.
They were fishing around the pylons where the boat, Mexico Beach, the city of Mexico Beach has slips now that you can rent through the city. You can go right to the city's webpage and rent them right there. It's set up very well. And they were fishing around those wooden pylons and catching sheephead in the canal.
I love it. Okay, we got to start wrapping things up. Thank you all for coming over this morning. We're going to stay in touch and keep talking about it, and we'll certainly have it on our calendar.
I hope to see you there.
Sounds good. We'll see you. Come to Mexico Beach and fish with us.
That's true. Now, you go online and find them out, and you'll catch some fish. I can promise you that. These guys are good. Thank y'all for watching Panhandle Outdoors. We know this is what it's all about. Helping each other out and all go for a good cause. So we're proud of the MBARA for all they do. Y'all do something good for someone else today. Enjoy the great outdoors, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.